The only copy of Return to Oz that I owned before this one was taped from a screening on the Disney Channel. And Hello fellow Ozians, and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to with some VHS tapes. Just like with MGM's The Wizard of Oz, I also wanted to collect the different releases of Return to Oz on VHS, but to get sealed copies. And if you haven't seen my video covering my Wizard of Oz VHS collection, I'll link that one in the description. And without further ado, let's get started. The first VHS release of Return to Oz was released in December of 1985. This particular release has new cover art. I don't know who the artist was that did this, but it's an interesting mix of MGM and Return to Oz inspired kinds of things. Even the logo is different from the theatrical release of Return to Oz. These sort of bubble letters kind of give off an MGM vibe, at least with MGM's original promotional posters back in 1939 featured this sort of bubble letter thing going on. It's interesting the different ways that Disney marketed this film, or I should say tried to market this film. This particular VHS gives us a completely new way of seeing Return to Oz, compared to at least its theatrical release. Return to Oz is offered as a full-screen pan and scan version. Panning and scanning is something that is definitely a bygone product of at least older television screens that were the 4:3 aspect ratio. And pan and scan would quite literally, depending on where the focus of the shot was, that is where the literal focus would be shifted. So if the focus of the shot was on a particular side, they would literally move the focus to be on that side and chop off the rest to create a square for that particular shot. So it's not a genuine just chop off both sides of the screen and that's it. They literally recentered almost every single shot, giving you a completely unique experience of watching Return to Oz. Another also glaring thing that you can see on this release is that price tag of $79.95. Adjusted for inflation, that's around $240. So whoever bought this VHS, they had some money. I'm not entirely sure how long this particular VHS was available, but Disney did re-release Return to Oz one more time. And that was in the 90s, with the second release. This one changes the cover artwork to a still from a deleted scene of Dorothy crowning the Scarecrow. This particular release is the one that I owned as a kid, and was actually the first time that I ever saw the full version of Return to Oz. The only copy of Return to Oz that I owned before this one was taped from a screening on the Disney Channel. And for those of you who don't know, Disney edited Return to Oz when it was shown on television. There were several sequences that were either chopped down or completely re-edited. And actually seeing the full version absolutely terrified me. But I still love this movie today. The same pan and scan version that was available on the first release is also included here. And many years later, Anchor Bay acquired the rights to release several different Disney titles, and among those titles was Return to Oz. So in 1999, Anchor Bay released a couple different versions of Return to Oz on VHS, and one of them was a new full-screen version of Return to Oz. This particular version is not a pan and scan. This one is a genuine chop off both sides of the screen, and now it's full screen. So if you had this VHS as a child, it's going to be different from seeing Disney's release. These two are not the same. This is our first of two clamshell casings for Return to Oz, and features the original poster cover art. This VHS also included an introduction and interview with Fairuza Balk. And Anchor Bay was nice enough to give us the one and only release of Return to Oz in its original widescreen format on VHS. And that is this version. It comes in a sort of violet clamshell case with slightly different cover art featuring the full poster cover art. This also has that same introduction and interview with Fairuza Balk included in the other release. There is a third variant of the Anchor Bay release that was released in a slipcase instead of the clamshell. And that is all of the copies of Return to Oz that I have on VHS. If you are interested in collecting any of these, the one that's definitely going to be the hardest to acquire, sealed, is definitely going to be that first release. Most of the copies that I see circulating around were ex-rentals, and for good reason, with that original price tag. Have you collected Return to Oz on VHS? Let's have a discussion down in the comments section. And if you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. New videos are posted every 2 weeks on the 15th and last day of each month. And if that doesn't satisfy your appetite for Oz, follow the link in the description to ozclub.org and join the International Wizard of Oz Club. Until next time, bye y'all.